wasn't ready to admit. China's so-called economic strength, it was all smoke and mirrors. And the worst part, the Canadian leadership, including Mark Carney, they chose to ignore it. That silence is now coming back to haunt them. In fact, that silence is now coming back to bite them in the butt. But it gets even deeper than that, guys. So while the media was clinging to China's propaganda, Trump's team uncovered the real story. The in China dropping at double-digit rates, riots. Oh yeah, there were riots going on over there. Factory workers not getting paid, industries collapsing, disillusioned Gen Z movement. Guys, thousands of young Chinese opting out of society calling themselves rat people.
Trump seems to be 5 to 6 steps ahead of everybody. What? Why are they seeing?
This is a country with no traffic rules. In Bangladesh, you won't find a single bus in good condition. The narrow roads here lead to frequent collisions between buses. Sometimes the bus behind pushes the bus in front of it. Drivers do not follow traffic rules as most of the buses are privately owned. Friction between buses is caused by competition for passengers. The doors are always open and the conductor will stand at the door to solicit passengers. When the roads were congested, the road wardens would come with a small wooden stick and they would knock on the buses to remind the drivers to move them away immediately. Even so, the drivers don't get angry because they are used to it. It's expensive to repair buses, and even after they're repaired, they get banged up. So they don't bother to repair it, and even if the glass is broken, they don't replace it. In Bangladesh, the appearance of the bus doesn't matter. They use it until it is completely broken. Follow me and explore the amazing world together.
There has been zero evolution in this country.
Sprinkle some pepper into your toilet, and you'll never have to deal with this problem again. Sounds strange? That's because no one talks about how powerful this little trick really is. But after today, you'll see your home in a whole new way. Let's begin. First, grab an empty spray bottle. Any plastic bottle with a nozzle will do, as long as it sprays evenly. Now grab a funnel to make adding ingredients easier. Let's start with the unexpected star, pepper. You can use hot sauce like Tabasco. Add exactly 2 tablespoons into the bottle. What many people don't know is that pepper contains capsaicin, a compound that insects absolutely hate. Next, add 3 tablespoons of white vinegar. Vinegar is a miracle on its own. It cleans, it neutralizes odors, and it kills bacteria. But when combined with the power of pepper, its effect multiplies. Comment below with your city. Let's see where everyone's watching from. Now, for a touch of freshness, let's add 5 tablespoons of disinfectant. Choose your favorite scent. Lavender, pine, eucalyptus, whatever makes your home feel cozy and clean. To help all the ingredients mix and spread evenly, we'll pour in 300 milliliters of water. This will thin out the mixture just enough to make spraying it effortless and effective. And now, for the final special ingredient, cloves. Drop in 10 to 15 cloves straight into the bottle. Clove isn't just for tea, it contains a natural compound called eugenol. It's a strong antiseptic, antifungal, and insect repellent all in one. Its smell is rich, warm, and inviting to us, but an absolute nightmare for bugs. Comment yes if you're going to try this at home. Close the bottle tightly and give it a good shake. You'll see the color change slightly and the scent becomes something surprisingly pleasant, spicy, fresh, and clean all at once. So what is this for? This homemade spray isn't just a cleaner. It's a natural all-in-one insect repellent and air freshener. You can use it in your toilet, around drains, on baseboards, behind the fridge, inside cabinets, or even on your kitchen floor. Anywhere you suspect bugs might be hiding, spray this mixture. Not only will it disinfect the area, but it will repel cockroaches, ants, spiders, flies, and mosquitoes without a single toxic chemical. Rate this tip from 0 to 10. I'd love to know what you think. It's safe for pets and kids, it smells fantastic, and it's made with ingredients you probably already have sitting in your pantry. The next time someone asks how you keep your home so clean and fresh, you'll have a secret weapon. So what do you think? Will you give this a try? If you liked this tip, hit the like button, share it with someone who's been battling unwanted visitors at home, and leave a comment below telling me where you'll spray yours first. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Stay safe and stay fresh.
I'm gonna try that.
Nobody gonna be wasting hot sauce. That stuff costs too much.
He brought 20K to flex during graduation, and now everybody's turned against it. So this guy made a video showing that he brought 20K in cash to flex on all of the other students while he was graduating. He even brought the 20K to flex and show off while he was walking to get his diploma. Now, I guess he thought that everybody would, love him for doing this, but he thought completely wrong. In the video, he's basically putting his money in all of the other students' face to try and, force them to have a reaction to it, but literally nobody at his school came up.
Shit.
Now, despite this, he posted this video in hopes that it would go viral, and it did, but I really think that he thought people online would have a different opinion than they ended up having. Basically, everyone online is just completely going at this man.
You just made a fool of yourself in front of everyone. Damn. For attention. Damn. Are they faces killing me? Nobody give a
Trying to
fuck.
flex during graduation.
That ain't.
If you look at the comments, they are hilarious.
Yeah.
Every single person is on the student
They really
side.
don't give a fuck.
20K is supposed to be a flex.
You coming with 20K at school and thought it was a flex.
Despite trying to stretch it or roll it out, it doesn't seem to get much
I
better.
have this issue,
Going
back
on,
pain.
fix it. When tissues and muscles in between the shoulder blade and spine get tight and compressed in a short state, it pulls the scapula or shoulder blade closer to the spine. This restricts the ability for us to properly open up that space and expand this space, which should actually happen with every single breath that we take. When we breathe in, we should get circumferential expansion of the rib cage, meaning that the back should open up, the front should open up, and we should also expand side to side. We have that tightness of tissues back here that limits our ability to open up the space. So what we want to do is actually properly open that up with our breath, and that will help decompress the tissues.
I have these
An easy
issues.
fix would be to get in an all-fours position with your hands underneath your shoulders and knees underneath your hips. Elevate the hand of the side that has the knot on it on about a 2-inch book. This is going to help create more separation between your shoulder blades and spine on that side. Now here's the key. With even pressure through your hand, push gently through those books, keeping your elbows slightly unlocked. And that's going to push your rib cage back towards the ceiling and your shoulders into what we call protraction. This is going to separate your shoulder blades away from the spine. Do this, but make sure you're not shrugging as you do so. It should be a gentle action, about a 3 out of 10 intensity. Now, exhale fully through your mouth. Nice sighing exhale with an open mouth.
I'm gonna
and a
try
relaxed
this.
jaw. Get all of the air out for about 5 to 10 seconds, and at the end of that, you're going to feel your side abs engage. Pause, close your mouth. Then, after a nice 2 to 3 second pause with your mouth closed, maintain that side ab tension that you got from the exhale, and inhale very gently but fully through your nose, letting the air fall into you as opposed to using your neck to inhale. You should feel no tension in your neck whatsoever. Repeat this for about 2 sets of 8 to 10 breaths, making sure that you're maintaining that protraction the entire time, but keep it gentle and relaxed.
I want to try this. I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna go try this.
De merkenstorm steekt weer op bij Holland & Barrett met stormachtige kortingen. Nu 50% korting op elk tweede product van alle aanmerken. Nu te zien bij Van Details.
I believe you're looking for me.
Nu te zien bij Van Details.
Have you ever wondered why lions don't attack safari tourists? I mean, they're just sitting there in open jeeps, no windows, no protection. Yet the lions walk right past like they don't even notice. You might think they're trained, or maybe used to humans, but that's not it. Lions are wild animals, and if they saw you on your own, they'd definitely go after you. But when you're sitting still in the jeep, the lion sees the whole jeep as one big animal. It doesn't look like food, doesn't act like food. But if you stand up, step out, that's when the game changes. Now, you're not part of the jeep anymore, just another meal.
Wait till the killer instinct of the lion gets updated.
So, have you seen what's happening in Vegas? There's videos going viral right now showing that's a complete ghost town. Like, there's absolutely nobody out or vacationing there. And at almost every single hotel, employees are getting laid off, except for Aria and Bellagio, and you have hotels like Excalibur that fired employees and shut down their buffets. And there's rumors that executives either stepped. And this is all after hotel fees, parking fees being raised twice. But yeah, this is how it looks right now. Look at this. Look at this. Like, absolutely nobody. Look at this.
Here at all, and on our
It's just
all
a
of our
ghost
roads
town.
pretty much tonight, we've seen nobody. So I don't know. Is Vegas slowly dying out?
Wow. Now there's a bunch of speculations on why Vegas looks so dead, but I want to know why you guys think Vegas is dying. Because usually around this time it is so busy. Watch this.
Anyone from Vegas can confirm this? Leave a comment, please.
People attempt to call sheep, but when the shepherd comes, I was totally shocked to see what happens.
Chica, chica.
Yes. Oh, we did that. We did that.
Jesus says in John 10:27, "My sheep listen to my voice. I know them, and they follow me." Follow for more faith inspiration.
I'm going to read from the Bible. This the first after the 28th. And I give unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. Wow. My spirit jumping down reading this.
Middle of thanking the organisers of the rally, screams can be heard from somewhere back in the crowd. This is not part of the pre-recorded track. Someone is shooting, his wife Elena shouts. They're entering the building, his security guard says. Off camera, demonstrators have broken through barriers and are heading toward the Central Committee building, right where Ceausescu is standing. The cameraman has had specific instructions to point it toward the sky if something unexpected happens. The demonstrators are now directly below Ceausescu.
Yo, what's up, you, me? You and me?
Telling them to
You
stay
and
back.
me. That's
This is a provocation, Nikolai says to himself, as he and his wife continue to shout at the demonstrators. Somehow, the security guards actually managed to push the crowd back behind the barriers.
my day is fine.
But it's too late. And even as Ceausescu
My day
continues his
is
speech
doing.
by announcing
My day is
sudden
alright.
wage increases and higher pensions, after the speech ends, many in the
I
crowd
was watching some
they've had enough of the lies, the repression, and of Ceausescu.
People don't really know how
crazy footage. Mostly TikTok videos that I haven't seen. I'm not on TikTok, but
Clear hierarchy within your relationship with your dog.
and I'm up to you. Thank you.
Let this dog here bullying everyone.
How are you doing? How's your day?
Yeah, he's the boss, and
I was about to leave in a few couple seconds. I have to go and train, but I decided let me go online.
bully the so-called bully, and suddenly the bully submits and coils, and you can now see clearly who's in charge. So dogs understand this. This is a huge part of their psychology. So if you take it for granted, if you're not taking advantage of that to try to let your dog understand that, okay, between you and I am alpha. So listen to me. When I call, respond immediately. Okay. When I ask you to sit and stay there, like follow my instructions and then give me the respect that I deserve because I feed you, I do all of those things. That dog in the video doesn't do any of the things that you do. Meanwhile, he's been able to assert his dominance. So you might as well.
Alpha brave, charisma, strength, brain, wise, skill, fast, bring justice.
I'm saying I'm good. I'm good. That's good. That's nice to know that you're doing well, man. Oh my God.
For what?
Cassie claims that Diddy's mother demanded that he lay down, then told Cassie, "Watch this, boo," as she engaged with Diddy. He ever got Diddy to shut up since he was younger, by covering his mouth.
Kris Jenner is looking 25 again, and people are wondering, what is her secret? Like, yo, she deadass just stole Kendall's whole face and aesthetic. Like, I damn near thought this was Kendall. Mind you, this was literally like
I'm
2 to
gonna
3
be
years
your
ago,
first
and this is
subscriber
2025.
in the future.
So
You'll be
we really need to know the get
a
down
good
of the get
YouTuber.
down. What in the Lindsay Lohan? What in the Aguilera? Just one more time, because I cannot.
Thank you,
like,
man.
she needs to
I
really
appreciate
spill the
that.
tea on her doctor, because
Keep
she'll
grinding.
save a lot of lives. This was
You
like the
too,
most
man.
recent picture, and tell me this isn't Kendall Jenner. How is she aging backwards? The world is also asking questions right now, saying, how on earth is Kris Jenner 70 this year?
Is this your first time on my channel?
The worlds are saying that
You should check more
saying Madonna or even Cher don't look this youthful like Kris. Yes, Kris trying to compete with Madonna. And
more of
Cher,
my
she's
videos,
not
man.
competing, y'all. She won. Is it the doctor?
You
Is
say
it
practice
just
make you
merely
perfect.
foundation and makeup? Is it the filter? Is it just the hair change?
Yeah,
Like,
I
you know,
don't
Kris
really
always rocking
practice
bomb,
much. It's
the
just
parent cut, as some may call it. He's also been hanging around
some
with
people have
Katy
their own
Perry a lot.
content,
Katy
their
Perry
own
has
idea
also
on what to
underwent
do
a massive
when they
transformation, so
get
I really need
online
to
on
know
YouTube.
who is
I
this
never
new
have an
doctor,
idea. I
and
just
Kris Jenner
get
can really
online,
spill the
especially
tea.
on
That Lindsay Lohan treatment.
live. I just get online and just watch the stuff that I enjoy. Sometimes I just speak about something, I give my own opinion about something. But nowadays, I feel like my opinion is not so much valued, so it's not so relevant. It's meaningless to even be yapping about some stuff.
Talking, bothersome, irritating much motherfucker I've ever had to endure for more than 5 minutes.
Why is evil? Says the millionaire.
Saudi Arabia.
I'd rather be myself, man. Let Mr. Beast be Mr. Beast.
And took his own mother to jail. He is Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Everyone calls him MBS. Now, MBS has shown extraordinary political ambitions since childhood. He realized that Saudi Arabia could not rely on the oil economy for a long time and advocated following Dubai's diversified development model. To this end, he has implemented tough fiscal reforms, raising $100 billion by selling a 5% stake in Saudi Aramco, setting up an anti-corruption committee under his personal leadership, arresting more than 500 political and business elites, including 11 members of the royal family and 38 high-ranking officials. And even his mother,
Okay,
recovering funds
I'll see you next time, man.
of as much as $107
Nice catching up with you.
in terms of
Where are you from? What's your name?
MBS launched a large-scale development project on the Red Sea, focusing on fostering.
Oh, it's you, me, you and me. Your actual name.
Have been equally notable, lifting the ban on entertainment venues such as movie theaters, granting women rights such as the right to drive in custody and divorce, and promising to boost the proportion of women in the workforce. These initiatives have both won popular support and strengthened Saudi Arabia's overall power. The ambitious man power is leading Saudi Arabia into an unknown future. So what do you think of these reforms by Prince Salman?
Trump and the U.S. military saved him from assassination.
What that means in the Bible and what? Okay. Why do they? I wanna skip this. I want to skip this. I want to skip this.
Collega's die vooruit willen. We kunnen veel goede mensen gebruiken. Samen brengen we elke dag.
How long did Jesus hang on the...
Okay. People think they know better about this.
The Yellowstone National Park TikTok.
Let me guess. The Yellowstone National Park.
Wild. It's feral. It's dropping the F-bomb, the P-bomb, the C-bomb, and we're talking about like a national park. Whoever's running this needs a promotion because It's one of my top 3 accounts on TikTok. Good job. Good job.
So who's running it, man?
Miley Cyrus is in Hannah
Oh
Montana.
my god, there's no way this actually happened. And the fact that no one else is talking about this
That's
video,
crazy.
because what I just witnessed made me realize I can never believe what they tell me ever again. And only 99% of you will be able to stomach this. Miley Cyrus grew up and became a Disney sensation and is hands down one of their biggest stars, where she's transitioned to actual music. And then somewhere along the way, she went a bit crazy. We all know this. But what if this whole time, the person that we thought that played Hannah Montana wasn't actually Miley? And the truth is that people are saying that she was replaced and that this whole time we were misled by Hollywood because they didn't want to get rid of their actual biggest star. I mean, just disgusting.
Rumored that they create all of us Disney kids. I definitely wasn't created in a lab, and if I was, there must have been a bug in the system which caused me to malfunction somewhere between the years of 2013 and 16. It's rumored.
Go on Netflix and watch Black Mirror season 5. The last episode is about the entertainment industry.
Energy harvesting, swapping the
Energy
destinies.
harvesting and destiny swapping go hand in hand. And a lot of people in Wood Holly, I have to say it that way, or the ones that are famous, or the ones who have obtained a lot of power who don't deserve it, they do energy harvesting rituals. See, there always must be an equal exchange in these types of rituals and magic. You need to give something in equal power, equal density, equal value to get what you want. A lot of people say Beyonce did this to, the poor singer who died in a plane crash. And I don't doubt that. So if this person who is, parasitic in nature, they're narcissistic, they're sociopathic, they're money hungry, terrible ego, and they understand that their destiny is not written to be in fame, wealth, abundance, if they are desperate enough, they will find a way to obtain it. And so they will sign these contracts with the demonic realm, if you will, to exchange a delicious food source or a soul for that other realm so they can be propelled upwards. Now, what they don't understand is that these demons never play fair, but that's another type of video. So once they do that, the person of their interest dies, either by accident or they forcefully sacrifice them. This is one of the extreme versions of energy harvesting and destiny swapping, but the more common version that actually happens every single day is through evil eye. Your light is usually seen before you can see it, and is very, very bright to those who are parasitic in nature. I posted a video about having a golden aura, but just any powerful aura will have these parasitic people, entities just thirsting for you. You're like the coldest sip of water on a hot day for them. And if you are not careful, you will be sucked into their black hole because they are parasitic. They are literal black holes. They drain you of your life force. And within your life force are like codes saying like you're destined for this. You have an abundance of energy for this. You are supposed to make a lot of money. This is how they absorb and snatch that. This is why I tell people, don't just always shake hands with random people. Don't just always hug random people. Don't have sexual intercourse with random people. And yes, these are hard lessons that we will learn in life, but now that you're seeing this video, I'm saving you the pain of having to learn these lessons. If you get any weird feeling towards a person, that's your cue to leave. Trust your intuition because your intuition is God itself. This also explains why so many bad people get such good lives. Have you ever wondered that? Why do so many evil, bad people just get away with things? They're living in wealth, they get to travel. Why? It's not only because, they're sociopathic and narcissistic, they will do anything to get to the top, but it's also because they're parasitic. What do parasites do? Even in nature, parasites
pay later.
Feed off of the life force of things that naturally can generate the life force. Without the host, parasite will not exist. Because most of humanity are hosts, and there are only a select few parasites, but they're never going to starve. They can destiny swap with anybody as they wish. If they even just get near somebody who has a lot of life force, they can absorb that person's energy and then carry it as their own and go and use that energy to manifest what they want in life. This is why it seems like they never get their karma. It's because if you are in close vicinity towards these parasitic people who actually are of fallen angelic origin, you're kind of an unwilling participant. and their protection because you are protecting them with your energy. I've always said this before. If you really want to see your enemies get their karma, because God does not wish to strike you while it's trying to strike the person that did you wrong. So don't get too near these people.
I'm protected by the blood of Christ. You cannot destiny swap me.
Grandfather would drown.
This is new to me. I didn't know what the fuck destiny swapping was. Yeah.
Consciousness and beginning to
Destiny
evolve,
swapping.
He would bring me out of it, and he would clear my airway, and he would resuscitate me. And when I would come to consciousness, I didn't have any memory of the past. That was a new split, a blank slate is what it's called. That blank slate now is a new personality, and I'm actually bonded to that man as my savior. He saved my life. He rescued me. I love him. I'll do anything for him. And you're infused with, you're very much impressionable. That's how a personality can get created. It's not always to that extreme. Once a lot of this patterning happens, it can be done with substances, it can be done with shocks and scares and frights. And that personality that's now bonded to him as the master now can do his bidding. That personality up, he could take me into the bathroom and show me the tub. Somebody can come along when I'm in Flagstaff, Arizona, 150 miles away, and show me a picture of that tub and call the name of that personality out. Or it could be a specific ring that somebody wears that during the programming session, they hold up the ring and teach you about this and give your name, your identity is bound to that. So when that ring is manifested, or a necklace, or a piece of jewelry, or a specific colored pattern of a shirt, an ensemble is brought forth, that's when the personality is brought forward.
Sounds like abuse.
What really made me believe this guy is how detailed he was with everything. Like, he left nothing out. He mentioned to me how before he threw the mermaid back in the ocean, she had a necklace, which is what the necklace that he handed to me when I first saw him. I asked him, I'm like, what did this mermaid look like? He told me that she literally had my face and her skin was all black, like black as night. And he said her eyes were all blacked out. She had no white parts of her eyes. Mentioned when him and his lads seen that, their minds did not know how to fathom what they were receiving. One guy jumped overboard. Another one was vomiting everywhere. There was another guy like screaming, covering his eyes. He said he was just standing there. As this man is telling me this story, there is tears rolling down his face. There was literally nothing I could do to comfort him. Where he just kept saying, I thought you were dead, I thought you were dead. Hearing that from somebody that you don't even know, it's just like very, very scary.
What's up, Floaty?
Your heart just does.
I'm fine. How you doing?
In the ocean, there was years later where he saw her again. And he said, before he saw her, he saw a very bright light. But this encounter was at midnight.
Mermaid delicacy.
Time, him and his lad spotted her the first time. She would visit his dreams and tell him that they were eating her, like her and her family. I asked him, I'm like, well, were they eating them? And he said yes. And I asked him, how did he know this? And he mentioned how he actually delivered a mermaid.
Some TikTok shit, man. Some TikTok.
Aquatic delicacy places in Chicago.
Some shit about mermaids being on somebody's meal. Believe it or not. TikTok always got some outlandish fucking stories, man. Thanks for the sub. Yeah, I might sound too skeptic, but yeah, I just don't believe. I don't know, man. It sounds like a good story. I'll buy it. I'll buy the book. I'll read it too. But I don't believe in it. So it's such a bullshit. But yeah.
Als ik thuis kom, moet alles zijn zoals ik het.
It sounds exactly like that series, Sirens. They often put the, the truth in the movies.
Oh, this secret. Hey, Dad, I'm buying tickets for vacation. Wait, stop. Please tell me you didn't already buy them. No? Why? Okay, good. Because there's a way cheaper way of getting tickets. What? How? Go on your phone and open up a private browser, then type in Google Flights and hit the first link. Okay. Next, click the map, then hit round trip from where you're flying. flying
Okay.
from, but do not put a destination. Oh,
Why not?
$64 for Houston? That's cheaper than mom. I know, right? Now, look the calendar and choose the dates you want to travel from. Okay, let's do 1 week and dang, it's still 64 bucks.
64.
Yeah, but it gets even better. Go to the tab below
Stop.
calendar and click non-stop only.
Non-stop
This
only.
will be the price for direct flights with no
Bro.
layovers. You saved me, Dad, but how'd you know about this?
Yeah.
It's because I follow Noah for all my money hacks.
This is only happened
Who
in
the fuck is
USA.
Noah?
It remains one of the biggest true her husband wake up and around 11 a.m. they are notified that their insurance roadside assistance service had been used earlier that morning. And they're like, what? We haven't left the house today. The company explains, no, it wasn't used by you guys. It was used by your son around 9 a.m. Karen tries calling Bryce, but he doesn't answer. So she calls Sean, his roommate, and she asks him if Bryce is there. But Sean is now confused. He informs Karen that not only is Bryce not home now, he had never come home last night after leaving Kim's house.
What happened to
Mike
Bryce?
calls the company where the charge was placed and actually gets in contact with a man named Christian. Hey, we know where Bryce is. Like, I went to the place, we know where Bryce is.
Where the fuck is
Because
Bryce?
he's still sitting in his car in the same spot on the side of the road where Christian had dropped him off gas 3 hours earlier.
Yep. It's still a mystery because after listening to this, I still have no idea what happened.
For talk about what they're working on for the first 40 to 90 days.
And stop sharing your plans. They secretly against you.
Which begins to energetically sabotage what you're doing. People who prosper in silence prosper quicker. As soon as you start telling people about your ideas, even people you think love you, if it awakens lack in someone, it begins to steal energy from what you're doing.
I think I told my close loved ones about this, and they were laughing at me, thinking that I was joking. And now somebody is speaking about it. They say stop sharing your plans. But they are secretly against you. So stop sharing your plans, what you are about to do. Stop telling people about your future plans, your ideas, on your goals, or for example, you know, they are against you. So stop telling them what you are willing to do. Somebody about that, and they laughed me off. They were like, yeah, right.
Say they don't have children. They go, how can you have a child? They're like, I wish I had a child. Creating lack, jealousy, envy, passive evil life.
He did keep his mouth, keep his life.
Question real quick, who owns
It's just stay silent.
Actually, BlackRock was founded by 5 people. They're still all involved.
Yeah, people don't realize how evil BlackRock is. This is the biggest financial company in the world. They're the ones pushing the DIA. They're the ones pushing all the weird stuff, a lot of the gay
ESG
stuff. Like, how is that a financial benefit? These are not our friends.
Satan owns BlackRock.
I hope you get exactly what you deserve in prison, and you know what's gonna happen to you when you go to prison.
He saved a drowning boy and was arrested and charged for it. Lifeguard Zachary Stein, 23, saved Adam Katak, a 5-year-old boy from nearly drowning at the splash pad at Chelsea Piers in Stamford. But instead of being thanked, Stein was arrested by police on charges of endangering Adam's life. Steinford police say they reviewed surveillance video and found Adam underwater for nearly 4 minutes. Investigators say fewer than 8 children were in the pool at the time, and Stein was the only lifeguard. Although he jumped into the water to save Adam and performed CPR on the child, police believe Stein should have noticed the child earlier. Surveillance footage does not show Stein using his cell phone or having any distractions, so it's unclear why it took him so long to notice the child. Stein worked as a full-time lifeguard at Chelsea Piers for 5 years and has since resigned. He was charged with reckless endangerment and risk of injury to a minor. He saved a life and was charged with reckless endangerment and risk of injury to a minor. Do you think this is a fair punishment? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.
So the mother is blaming him?
Yeah, how can he saved a life though?
What's the difference between an introvert and an extrovert? And she goes, the key thing is just how they get energy. Are you introverted or
are you extroverted? I mean, I know I'm very extroverted. I get energy from being around people. But she goes, introverts, they lose energy once they're around people. So she goes, look, that's the key difference. Now, let me ask you a question. A pianist, if they're an extrovert, differently to an introvert? I had to think about that for a while because I thought, surely this is a trick question. And I said, yes. And she goes, no, you're an idiot. There's no difference. You will not be able to tell who is an introvert and who is an extrovert if you listen to a pianist. Your voice is an instrument. Great music is great music.
Alright, I'm an introvert when I find myself around people with negative
You say your voice is an instrument.
When I find myself around people with, you know,
I think I'm an introvert, but sometimes I could be, you know, I'm getting crazy as well, you know.
It basically simulates a mitochondrial growth response. It's very interesting, so look into it, because when you hold your breath and you allow that water,
How to stimulate your mitochondria.
it simulates this autophagy effect, and you just end up allowing your body to go to a higher state of regeneration, and you learn how to control your body because it has to stretch and then go back like according to someone saying. So that's why using cold water and getting in the water every day is so effective. It's pretty much the best thing that you can do for your health. It's also why we ended up making all that live. Everything that James wants will be available at jameswayne.com.
Alright, thank you for this information.
What did I do to you, man? Why are you throwing trash at me?
The man homeless, not tasteless. Give him some design.
Really? What am I, a loser? Ruben, I'm trying to help you out. I'd rather freeze my dick off.
Oh my goodness. You know, it's like, I might be homeless, but I have standards.
Crystal meth is one of the hardest drugs on the planet to kick. The people that I see doing this thing out here have tunnel vision on a comeback story.
Only 2% of us beat meth addiction. The meth Bible is on Amazon, bro.
Those are the ones out here winning. Those are the ones that are out here beating the devil's drug. And they're the ones who are transforming their lives. So I tell people,
I don't know why meth is even a thing.
Likewise, G's and gents, because that's the name of the game.
Do you actually start with a massage?
I'm working at a massage
Is the massage just like a
parlor.
fake intro?
It's so fake, but as soon as you get there, the manager of the place told me like what it actually was, and he's like, whatever you feel comfortable with, you can do. And like he gave me some pills, and he said, because I told him like about my story and stuff, and like he was like, you can take these and like it'll help ease everything. So I took them. My first client was he was pretty young. He was like someone I was like, oh, this can't be that like the job can't be that bad. I'm high out of my mind, not actually realizing he's pretty bad. And I just did it. And like I saw the money at the end of the shift, and it was like it was nothing. It was nothing, but in my head it was everything. I've never had this much money in my life. And like I was like, this is what I'm doing. I was taking the littlest amount of money just.
Just for pills, bro?
Fishing is as simple as tying a heavy-duty magnet onto a rope, giving it a toss, and then waiting for it to connect to a metal object. Little did they know their casual pastime would lead them to the discovery of a lifetime. Fishers spent Friday afternoon magnet fishing at Corona Park's Meadow Lake. After about 45 minutes of throwing the magnet back and forth into the water, Kane felt a heavy tug and managed to haul up an old rusted safe from the murky waters.
100K.
It wasn't the first time they found an old safe, and they assumed there would be nothing inside, which they were used to finding.
You're finding 100K.
Banging it on the floor.
Yeah, that is fucking.
I thought there was baggies in there where you would put like change or something like that.
But what was revealed left the couple in disbelief. Agostini says she thought Kane was playing a prank on her when he told her there were stacks of dollar bills inside.
It's like, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's not money. He's like, no, it really is. Until I saw it for myself and he peeled back.
Somebody's lucky. Somebody is lucky.
You know what that sound is?
Showtime.
Fuse.
Let me see, man.
How are Jewish people so well? 8 things I learned
Jewish clients that transformed the way I thought about money. Here's the first one. Number one, they prioritized generational wealth and avoided single generation consumption. Number two, they gave assets, not appliances. You see, when I got married, I got toasters and china, and I didn't even have a china cabinet. But several Jewish clients of mine told me, they said, in our families, we give cash or stocks. Number three, they expected to be wealthy and were embarrassed by it if they weren't. Number four, they used their pain as fuel, not an excuse. Jewish people have faced horrific oppression, but instead of being paralyzed by the past, they use their pain as fuel for success.
I don't know who you are, but I actually would like to follow you, and I would like to learn from you what you do, because I think you're articulate. Number two, all the things that you said about Jewish people are things that we actually are ingrained in from when we were children. So my first investor was my father. My grandfather gave me stock that actually ended up paying for my college, and we do pass on appreciating assets. We are all thinking about generations, the generation, the next generation, but what we also do is we don't believe that the money belongs to us. We believe we hold it, we give away some of it, and we give a lot of charity because it is our money to dole out, and we only need a certain amount. What we also believe is it all comes from Hashem. Now, we can talk about this over and over again, but this is great shit. Guys, what you need to understand is everybody needs to think about their wealth this way. Let's go!
They're God's people.
Niagara Falls without any water, and it is not Photoshop. They actually stopped the flow of water to study this waterfall. So it was the American Falls, which is right here. It's slightly further down than Horseshoe Falls, which is what most people picture when they think of Niagara Falls. But Niagara Falls is actually a series of 3 waterfalls. So erosion and rock falls had led to this accumulation of rocks at the base of the waterfall. And engineers were worried that this could erode further and basically turn the waterfall into a series of rapids instead of a waterfall. So in 1969, the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers built a temporary dam made out of thousands of tons of dirt in order to stop the flow of water and divert it to the Horseshoe Falls. So then with the water diverted, they were really able to study the riverbed and the rock below. And they also installed bolts and reinforcements to stabilize the area and prevent further erosion. And then about 5 months later, they removed the temporary dam and water was restored to the American Falls. I think Niagara Falls is so interesting, and I want to go here so bad. I know I say that about literally everywhere that I talk about, but I really do want to go everywhere.
I feel like humans stopping a waterfall is very disrespectful to the earth.
And lost his life for playing Ding Dong Ditch. That is not on that homeowner.
Ding Dong
It's 3 a.m. You are running around somebody's house playing Ding Dong Ditch in the middle of the morning. That man is asleep. He probably got family. But your ass should have been at home. 3 a.m. is not playtime hours. That is time for you to be sleeping.
Ding Dong
You're playing
Ditch.
a TikTok game.
He said, yo, bro, ¿cómo estás?
Yeah, it's likely
Bien.
to happen. Now that is the state of Virginia, and
¿Y
they're
tú?
gonna have to prove if he was actually in a fear of his life and in danger. But I'm sorry, if it's 3 a.m. and I hear people moving around my house, I'm gonna think I'm getting broken into.
I don't know what to say, man. Bueno.
You can't. I'm sorry he's lost his life, but you
¿Estás bien? ¿Está bien? ¿Está bueno? What? I don't speak Spanish, but have a nice day, you
3
too.
a.m. is the devil hour, and in the United States, of all places, you try this?
High school before social media took over our lives. Yeah, nobody was even on the phone. Nobody had interest on being on the phone, bro. That's crazy.
They are all in their 30s and 40s, and mom was right. It's the phone.
It's a round of kids.
It's the phone.
P. Diddy gets a round of kids. Let's say that round of kids have Justin Bieber in it. There's contracts. contracts for codes within that person so they can take a remote and turn that person off. Britney Spears, when they want to. Lindsay Lohan, when they want to. Amanda Bynes, when they want to. Okay? So let's say there's a contract for Justin Bieber. When P. Diddy, as a hold of Justin Bieber, he now owns half of those codes. If Usher had the same contract and trafficked Bieber out to P. Diddy, okay, Usher and P. Diddy now have parts of Justin Bieber's contract.
Wow.
You understand what I'm saying? So if one goes down,
Everybody. They were all under MK Ultra mind control, which includes being cheap.
I'm in the parking garage of the Lloyd Center Mall.
Wow.
These are the stairs you were required to walk up to
At the mall?
To the Barnes & Noble. So I want to show you the path that people have to take to get to the stores.
Ew.
Lots of graffiti, lots of gross stuff.
Pee. Probably people pee there.
A lot of rotting food. It's hard to describe the smell, but it's horrific. A lot of discarded clothes.
Oh my God.
One more story.
Disgusting. Why?
More rotting food. We finally reached the top.
America, man.
Here we have Barnes & Noble. So you can imagine why people have stopped shopping at malls like this and others. Because of this.
Barney is so funny, man. I don't think I've ever been to a place where there is such a disproportionately high amount of fit people. I walk through the street in Canggu and it's basically like a TVO leggings gym walk. Every other girl is one of those Australian Instagram arse girls that rotates between the Gold Coast and a Canggu villa. You go to the gym and every bloke in there is looking like either Rob Lipser or a Mr. Olympia competitor. Take the scooter down the road and there's going to be at least 20 very beautiful Russian women who are also extremely intimidating. Do they hate you or are they interested in you? You'll never know because it's not in their culture to show any emotion. And then you go down to the beach and you've got more fit Aussies, but this time it's the surfers. You've got Lockie and Jess looking like they've just come straight out of the middle. But give them 15 to 20 years and they will look like white leather. But honestly, I've been back here for 2 days after Thailand for 6 months, and I'm already starting to open my conversations by asking...
You're in Thailand. What the fuck are you doing in Thailand?
Every other shop, a protein smoothie cafe, or gym.
This man is telling the truth. I can confirm it. And I think Bali is the capital, OnlyFans of the world.
Have you heard of the pit monster, also known as the Brazilian bully? This next-level powerhouse is making waves in the dog world and redefining what it means to be an XL bully. Built like a tank, the pit monster can weigh up to 130 pounds of solid muscle, with a wide chest, thick neck, and signature blocky head that commands attention.
Yeah, this is not a... This is
But
just...
behind that intimidating look
It's
is a
very
gentle,
intimidating,
affectionate
man.
giant.
Like, how can you own a dog?
Loyal, loving,
It's scarier than you. You gotta smack it. Bro, we gotta fight.
The pit monster takes it further. More bone, more drive, and more wow factor. They're highly
Look at that
trainable,
face, man. It's
energetic,
scary as
and
shit.
thrive with structure, making them excellent working dogs as well as
Oh, what's up, homie?
companions. Obedience, power, and protectiveness wrapped into one striking package.
Het prikt.
Yo, how you doing?
Gun jezelf het plezier van de enige echte spaarrood. Verdien op Vinted met wat je niet meer nodig hebt. Maak een foto, upload hem en maak het weer als nieuw.
Do you know that feeling of where you can hug your mum and dad once again? Where the whole house smells of childhood? Where you can sit down over arguably the best food in the world?
stretching.
Cyprus.
I gotta soon move to.
Drop a comment below and let us know.
Yeah, I'm practicing what I'll be doing in a few couple minutes.
Well, President Trump is now saying he's launching an investigation into those that were paid,
So I
specifically
need the right
Oprah,
movements. I
Beyonce,
need the right.
Bono, and Bruce Springsteen. He announced
You
this
just
last
wake
night in
up?
a
No,
Truth Social post saying that
nah.
it would be a
I
major
woke up
illegal
a
campaign
while ago.
contribution if
I
they
mean,
accept
this
money to
live is
endorse her. He's
pretty.
going to call for a major
Come
investigation
on, man.
if
I
this matter.
didn't just
Candidates
woke up.
aren't
Why
allowed
do
to
I look
pay for
sleepy?
endorsements. And this morning he
Let
told
me
Trump
let me read
specifically
this.
talking about
As according to news report, Beyonce was paid 11 million to walk onto a stage, quickly endorsed Kamala, and walked off to a loud booing for never having performed not even one song. Remember, the Democrats and Kamala illegally paid her millions of dollars for doing nothing other than giving Kamala a fully throated endorsement. This is an illegal action at the highest level.
Beyonce, saying Beyonce was paid
$11
$11
million,
million to
that's
walk
a
onto a
bag.
stage,
Man,
quickly
that's a
endorse
bag,
Kamala,
bro.
and walk
I'll
off
take it
loud
too.
booing for never having
Hey,
performed. And then he goes on to say that Bruce
wait. Let me come. Paid her millions for doing nothing than throw that endorsement. This is an illegal election scam at the highest level. It is an illegal campaign contribution. Bruce Springsteen, Oprah, Bono, and perhaps many others have a lot of explanations to do. Hey, they paid Beyonce 11 million to just walk on the stage and get the fuck out of it. I would take it too. If I was Beyonce, I would take the deal too, bro. Fuck out of it. You say I live in the Philippines. That's why it's night here. Okay. What time? What time is it in the Philippines? It's not night where I'm from. I can tell you that.
Springsteen, Oprah, Bono, and perhaps many others have a lot of explaining to do. When he says many others, he's not kidding. This is the list.
Okay, the list of people: Taylor Swift, Jennifer Lopez, Bruce Bad Bunny, Eminem, Stevie Nicks, I don't know, John Legend, Cardi B, Glorilla, Mark Anthony, Lizzo, Usher, Olivia Rodrigo, I don't know who that is, Billie Eilish, and Fini, who the fuck is Fini? Charlie XCX, Judge Robert Downey Jr., Chris Evans, Mark Ruffalo, Julia Roberts, Jennifer Aniston. These are all fucking famous peoples. Leonardo DiCaprio, Jamie Lee Curtis, Barbara Streisand, like for the demo, you know, the left wings. That's dope. Where I'm from, and at noon, it's noon.
Celebrities, and this is not everybody that endorsed Kamala Harris, but I think he will start with those that were paid to perform, like Lizzo, Usher, possibly Jennifer Lopez, and of course Bruce Springsteen, Oprah, and Beyonce. Now that he's already run the election, do you think he should be proceeding with these investigations? As always, I want to hear what you think about all of this.
Down below.
Down below.
Cardi B was paid for sure. She didn't even know what to say without the teleprompter.
You are only as good as you can communicate. So as you improve your communication skills, you start to shine your light more brightly in the world. Whereas a lot of my students tend to think, oh, but it's my boss's responsibility to see the brilliance in me. No, it's not. It's your responsibility to shine brightly.
Yeah.
So when you take it upon yourself, things change.
This Italian artist sold an invisible sculpture for 18,000. Yes, you heard me right.
Invisible sculpture. Get the fuck out of here.
You don't see it, but it exists. It is.
He saw. I'll go now. Hey, I'll see you, man. They sold that invisible sculpture for thousands.
That bit only going for 10 bands. That's $8,000 discount. Come get my shit. I literally can't believe this is real. I can't believe
This next level finesse, bro.
This dude says he insists the sculpture exists in air and split.
I'm flabbergasted. Wait, Italian artist Salvatore Garau sold an invisible sculpture. That is it. Game. I thought it was bullshit. But yeah, Italian artist Salvatore Garau sold an invisible sculpture titled Io Sono, I Am, for over 18,000 through the art right auction house. Okay, a certificate of authenticity. The piece itself is immaterial. Garau insists the sculpture exists as air and spirit within a 5 by 5 foot space, and it's meant to stimulate the imagination. You don't see it, but it exists. Defending the work as a conceptual exploration of energy and presence. This is not Garau's first foray into unseen hearts. Earlier works include Buddha in Contemplation and Aphrodite Pinge. If I'm saying that right, but Aphrodite Pinge, Piange, or whatever it is. Goofiness. Guess what? The art is invisible, but it exists. It exists as air and spirit. 5 foot space. Stimulate the imagination. What is it stimulating if it's you don't see it? Stimulating if you're not seeing it. It exists. The artist said, defending the work as a conceptual exploration of energy and presence. What mysterious, and you want us to explore it, and I understand that part. From a certain energy that, that pulls people to kind of to 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 go and watch it or some shit. come and watch some type of shit like what you are creating. It's smart, but no. It has 580 likes. 580K likes, bro. Million, most definitely. I'm sure of it. 580K. That is actually invisible, bro. And bullshit, bro. I'm not smoking out, bro. Fuck out of here, bro. Shit. I ain't got time for this. Evil. Invisible. No, no, no. 18K, 18K, 18K for
within a 5 by 5 foot space, and it's meant to stimulate the imagination. Yeah, you got me fucked up. Where was this display at? Who carried it home? Did it fit in your car? You telling me you came home to your wife
who carried
and you 18K short in your account and you told her, hey, what, honey? Just imagine.
Are you so my invisible sculpture?
Are you stupid?
Entertained? Are you not entertained?
Listen, Kofi.
Shout out to everybody that's telling me I'm up on my technology, big boy. Trust me, I need to edit my shit down, okay? I'm reckless with my mouth when it gets late at night. I don't want to end up on CNN, okay? Because we want to keep everything where everybody's happy. See the smile on my face? I'm happy, okay? Check this out. Right now, we here. We here. We with y'all. We with each other. You know? Everybody ain't built this. We got a lot of energy. No, we're not drunk. Just on my third syrup. I'm not drunk. I'm not anything else. I have not had too much caffeine. I feel blessed to be alive. I'm grateful and thankful that you guys are in my life. I'm happy to still be doing what I love to do. So I'm excited. Everybody knows I'm just an excited, damn near child.
What's up, Annie Miguel?
If you don't know now, you know. So we just been having fun. I've been hitting y'all with some
Annie
confessions
Miguel.
letting y'all see me live. I want y'all, this is my baby. This is where I hold a lot of this right here is like a lot of the music I'm working on right
How you
now.
doing, Annie
I went and
Miguel?
bought a computer like a year ago. And I had it gold plated for my new album, Last Train to Paris. Okay? And ain't nothing going in here but the bad boy hits from this shit. Okay, you see it. Give him a tour, Playboy. Gold plated. 24 karat gold, baby. Yeah, you see it.
Shit.
We ain't bragging, we ain't showing off. All we doing is just telling it like it is, bitches.
And he ended up on CNN.
He did end up in CNN. He said, I don't want to end up in CNN. And guess what? He ended up in CNN.
The entire Kailasa temple was dug from one single piece of rock. It stands over 90 feet tall, but it wasn't built up. It was carved down. Workers removed over 200,000 tons of stone, creating courtyards, columns, and statues. All
What's
from
up,
the same
hi,
rock
Anime
face.
Girl?
No scaffolding, no cranes, just hammers and chisels, used with impossible precision. The walls are packed with carvings, elephants, gods, dancers, and demons, all cut directly into the stone. Inside, there's a shrine, pillars, a sacred hall, and a ceiling supported by solid rock columns. Every corner looks sculpted, not constructed. Here's the twist. No one knows exactly how it was done. There are no blueprints, no records of how long it took, and no modern machine can easily copy it. Some say it was started from the top and carved downward to the base. But even that doesn't explain this.
Are you gonna say anything?
Can you imagine removing a mountain just to
What you
leave
doing?
art
I'm watching.
behind?
I'm watching some conspiracy videos. What are you doing?
That was removed.
What age, how old were you when you started working
Wait.
as a prostitute?
Mhm. before she had baby with her blood brother. Dancer man.
When I started working, I was about like 13.
So when did your biological parents lose you?
2 months old.
Do you know why?
I think my mom was like, pretty drugged out and like also in the game.
Oh, is that right?
And my dad was in prison.
How old are you?
That's right. And you went through high school? You made it through high school?
No.
How far did you go to school?
Like the beginning of middle school. And then middle school, I was no longer.
Can I get your number?
Probation, and I went to juvenile hall, and from there I just like basically stopped going to school.
Where'd you go then? To the streets?
Just the street.
Really? How old were you when you started working as a prostitute?
When I started working,
I say sure.
About like 13.
13?
Yeah.
13?
Where are you from?
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah. I ran away from one of the placements and
But are you who are you?
Get away from the baby daddy.
Animal hugging this orange cat is actually a lynx.
Introduce yourself.
Now, it's helping the orange cat groom its fur. But what many people don't know is that among felines, only the alpha gets to groom the subordinate. This is a behavior that shows intimacy and provides comfort. It's quite different from humans.
Your name is Shubra.
Affection on those they like.
Shubra.
Surprisingly, the lynx's purr is really soothing and powerful.
Nice to meet you, Shubra.
It feels like it's about to drive away any second. Moreover, lynxes that have been raised in captivity are extremely docile, just like a kitty. They won't get angry no matter how much you pet them, and they're also very clingy. The lynx's size is similar to that of a clouded leopard. An adult lynx weighs around 21 to 29 kilograms. When they're little, they're really naughty and fun, and they love to stick to their owners and play.
Are you single?
As a medium-sized feline, its tail is unusually short. It's so tiny and cute.
Just peed on you.
L.A. Reid was just another ditty. L.A. Reid is just a bigger and
Also Simmons?
You're not single. Okay. Okay. I live in Europe. Just to let you know. I'm not from Cali.
Now listen to how L.A. Reid discovered Usher in this interview.
The younger brother, his name is Brian. He went to a talent show and he says, I saw this kid. You have to see him. So he brings Usher to my office at home. Oh my goodness. He was by himself or was with his mother. I see it. Like, oh my God.
Now, this is what's interesting to me. In an old interview with Steve Harvey, L.A. Reid literally called Justin Bieber his gift from Usher.
Years later, Usher brought another 14-year-old to you to us. Yeah, it's heartwarming that 14-year-old Justin Bieber walks into my office as a gift from Usher. Called a few minutes before and said, hey, I'm coming to your office at 3 o'clock. I have a very special gift for you. And he shows up with Justin Bieber.
So Usher was just a teenager when L.A. Reid discovered him and was sent to New York to stay with Diddy. Fast forward years later, Usher brings Justin Bieber into the industry. And where does Justin end up? Same circle.
I'm good. Man, why do you care? Are you jealous? What about you? A simple apple. Unfold. What the fuck is CCP? In gunfire. The first shot of rebellion. Oh, okay. That is something that I don't want to delve into. A green apple, yes, indeed. You never saw a green apple? After this, I'm watching at least 10 minutes. And I gotta go. I got to go. Natural habitats.
Is this it? Deep in the Amazon rainforest, a team of scientists is stalking some unusual creatures by some unusual means.
Hidden mysteries behind the dinosaurs.
They are tiny insects of infinite complexity.
It's about insects. It's a video about insects.
We're not hearing it, but this whole field is just a carpet.
Why are you guys so curious, man?
You get this weird sensation of an alien world of sound. Bizarre, fascinating expressions of life in a bug world that defies our imagination. These are the mini monsters of Amazonia.
Well, thanks for the company, bro. Where are you from? Who are you?
It's only 300 kilometers as the crow flies from Quito, Ecuador to Yasuni National Park. But in this land of mountains and narrow winding roads, driving to the headwaters of the Amazon takes a nerve-wracking 15 hours.
You're from Middle East. What part? What is your country called? Let's not be strangers.
The expedition has been organized by Stuart McCain of the Systematic Entomology Lab of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Joining him is biologist and research associate from the Royal Ontario Museum.
Iraq. You can say, okay, that's dope.
Always jump at an opportunity to come to the tropics. We're guaranteed to find something that we don't know.
And what do they call you?
Or there's something different out there.
Author, teacher, and research scientist
Or how do they call you?
Godoy is from Costa Rica. Patrick Landman, a French photojournalist, is also a tree climbing expert. Like countless expeditions before them, this team is seeking treasure. But their treasure is a bizarre-looking insect that has captured their imagination. But they won't be alone. Oil is big business here. And it controls scientists' access to the region. There are an estimated 1 billion barrels of crude oil lying beneath the forest floor of Yasuni. Many fear that further development could jeopardize this delicate ecosystem and the lives of the people living here.
Here we go. And then about half an hour later,
So 10 minutes, 3 minutes are already passed. Let's see what I can do. 3 minutes have already passed. 3 minutes have already passed.
Oil workers living in the park a few years ago. Security has become a huge issue.
Security.
Now, everyone must agree to abide by the oil company's strict rules in order to enter the park.
okay, you can't film here.
You can't film that.
For many, a A trip to the Amazon is a chance to get close to exotic creatures that fuel our imagination.
Yeah, man. Just flexing in my room, man. Welcome to my my usual spot. This is where I reside sometimes. You know, this is where I do my. You know,
difficult to see and even harder to catch.
This is where I get down. Yeah, man. And the lights on your head. Yeah, that's. It's blinding me like a flash bang. Oh, that's nature, my guy. That's the sun. So if the sun is harming you, then it's not up to me, bro. You should complain to God. Tell God to turn the lights down, because this is just I cannot change that.
That have found just in a small number of hectares over 300 species of tree hoppers. The described species for all of South America is about 800. So what are the odds that almost half of that is going to be in just a few hectares of Ecuador? Surely there are a lot more species than we know.
Growing out from Bosidium's back is a wild-looking appendage called a pronotum.
It's not even.
Is still very much a mystery.
It's not. It's not even. It's not even that bright outside, bro.
To see it for the first time in a new way. It's thought that they may use the pronotum to navigate by smell or touch. But because it breaks off easily, perhaps it could provide protection from a predator that would find this thorny spike difficult to swallow.
As an evolutionary biologist, I'm interested in more.
Meaning, don't give food. It's cold as shit. Yeah, buddy. But hey, I gotta prepare myself. I have to really go in a few couple minutes.
Why you have so many species in one small area?
Give me a second.
Partitioning the environment, are they all feeding on the same? How do they keep apart?
With a jungle full of vicious stinging wasps, poisonous snakes, and a floor covered in armies of biting ants, working here would be a real challenge without a knowledgeable guide like Umberto Aua to show the group around. He's a member of the Guarani tribe. Some of them continue to live isolated from the industrialized world, even today.
There is. Do you have an egg? You're going to jump using it. Well, I found that there's a lot of tree hoppers around here. They're really hard to find. You know, you gotta keep your eyes open. You can't blink, or you're gonna miss them.
Una ninfa. Lo que hago es primero buscar en la.
The first thing I do is check the leaves, the plant's joints, and on the stem.
Y si hay.
If there are ants, that helps me to find them.
This is how Carolina Godoy loves to spend her time. She's written the world's only tree hopper field guide, a Bible for working scientists.
No sabemos exactamente.
We don't know exactly why membracids prefer certain plants.
Posiblemente.
Possibly it's due to the type of nutrients the plant has.
Sabemos que.
We know they nourish themselves with phloem, and in the phloem they're going to find nitrogen, amino acids, water that they need, and the carbohydrates that they use to nourish themselves.
Se alimentan.
Although we have diverse plant life in the Amazon, membracids prefer certain families. For example, they prefer Sigia, they prefer Inga, and we can find genera like Umbonia and Symbomorpha.
Membracids have been around for 40 million years. But we are just beginning to understand how these remarkable creatures have survived and flourished. All tree hoppers feed only on the sap of living plants. They use a stylet, a pointy extension of their mouth, to pierce the plant's flesh, and like a double straw.
Let me get my soul repair.
One side injects saliva into the plant, while the other draws in nourishing fluids. Their saliva contains enzymes that help to digest plant tissues and protect the stylet from being damaged. The host plant is not just a source of food, it's also a perfect place to hide. The intricate shapes and colors of tree hoppers make them hard for predators to find. And that goes for scientists looking for new specimens.
There's so many different shapes of tree hoppers, literally, that you just have to look for any irregularity in the plant to find them. People don't even know they exist because some blend in so well and they just aren't looking in the right place or don't know even to look.
Photographer Patrick Landman is obsessed with membracids. He travels the world in search of them and has taken thousands of unique images.
I discovered these insects while reporting in Guyana. A biologist showed me his private collection. They were superb. You see them through a lens with a powerful zoom. It's marvelous. You see details of plants that express such poetry. It's absolutely fascinating to see them like that.
Oh, look at this. Oh, wow, that is. You're just sitting on the top. That is awesome.
Digital images taken in an environmental scanning electron microscope reveal even more details and bring new questions.
Fantastic images here. I've never seen them so close up. Look at these. Compound eye. It's incredible. Now these are the temple eyes. Wow. Equidistant from the compound eye to each other.
And those just see light and dark kind of movement?
Yeah, those general light receptors, they can't form images with those, but they can sense light. So the compound eyes are made up of hundreds of facets. No one really knows if they see multiple images or if their brain processes all those images into one, like our brain processes the images from two eyes into one image. I don't think there's any way to really determine that.
Obviously their eyesight is good enough when you try and catch them.
Right, they're fast. A lot of the membracids have contrasting blacks and whites and yellows, oranges, reds, which are classic warning colors in the animal kingdom.
So, would you guess that they taste bad?
I haven't tasted them yet, but yeah, I guess that they taste bad. And what birds learn from snakes and other insects, they probably see these and make that immediate association in their brain and avoid eating these as well.
High up in the canopy, there is tender new growth, and nutrients are abundant. Good tree hopper habitat. But so far, most tree hopper species have been found on plants growing near the ground, because that's where most scientists look for them. The team is keen to search the treetops. But first, they must find the perfect tree.
Yeah, indeed. Do you reckon we're going to find that? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that there must be some trees around. If you can go
How high do you
shoot
think that branch is?
Yeah.
I think that's 20 meters, 30 meters.
Yeah.
Or you know what? You go first.
Although their chosen tree stands tall above the canopy, once they enter the dense forest, only Umberto will be able to find it again.
Oh, yeah. There's a huge wasp nest, like a human's height. Pica. See? Yeah. Damn. Well, at least we saw it now instead of when we were up there. I'm not going near that. I guess that's what happens when you're in a rainforest. Things live there. Is this it? It's huge.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's really a big one.
Roberto, how tall? Look at this thing.
How old would it be?
Oh, it's hard to tell. With rainforest trees, there's no seasons. So there's no growth rings to count. So, I mean, it could be a few hundred years old. It could be more than a few hundred years old.
Oh, yeah.
Who knows? Does it hold her weight?
Yeah, of course, no problem.
Except for this. You know, Stuart doesn't think we're going to catch a lot of tree hoppers up here in the trees, up in the canopy. But when you're in the rainforest, a lot of the plant growth occurs up top. If you look at this tree, you know, there's no leaves down here. The leaves are up at the top. And the tree hoppers like new growth.
Even for these experts, getting into the canopy is proving to be quite the challenge.
This isn't going to be easy. No.
Nick and Patrick can't even get their first climbing line over a branch.
Close.
Getting up this tree will require a different strategy.
Oh shit.
There's a world of hidden complexity waiting to be discovered. Surprisingly, there's even cooperation between species. In return for protection, tree hoppers allow ants to eat a sweet liquid they excrete, honeydew. The ants stroke the tree hoppers with their antennae, so the tree hoppers release the tasty liquid. But for some species, ants are a threat. The mother of these young ammonia makes it clear that she won't tolerate them near her nymphs.
These are Aztec ants that have built enclosures using little bits of soil around the tree hoppers. So the tree hoppers can't escape, and that way they have a guaranteed source of honeydew. It's basically made a prison for the tree hoppers. The tree hoppers are at the mercy of the Aztec ants, and if they don't produce, they might get eaten. And boy, this is probably going to fall apart if it rains as hard as it sounds like it. I hear thunder in the background. Better collect and get out of here fast.
Perfect. It's perfect. It's absolutely okay.
Over millions
That's
of
good.
years, the rainforest creatures have evolved to cope with their often unpredictable home. Here, sudden storms can make rivers swell 3 meters in just a few hours. The hot and humid conditions that challenge the team have produced a myriad of beautiful and strange adaptations. But for the team, each day brings its own challenges. Hordes of tiny biting creatures in their never-ending search for a tasty
18
meal
minutes.
get past layers of clothes and potent insect repellent.
Oh my God. You need to take off because it transmits disease. Sí, una infección.
Patrick is a
Infection?
victim of a potentially
Oh my
dangerous tick
God.
that has bored into his skin. after copulating, the Sombonia treehopper is ready to lay her eggs. She uses her ovipositor to make incisions into the stem, where she lays dozens of eggs. The eggs are covered by a protective wax-like coating, and she'll guard them until they hatch. Scientists think that the females release pheromones, a chemical message, to attract other females to lay their eggs nearby. By increasing their numbers, they reduce the risk of predation. A tiny parasitic wasp doesn't look like much of a threat, but she is a tree hopper's nightmare. Female wasps look for freshly laid eggs and then lay their own inside, most certainly killing the tree hopper embryos. But for the young wasp, it's a nutritious and safe nursery. These darker yellow eggs have already been parasitized. The Tiputini River forms the northern boundary of Yasuni National Park, a UNESCO Biosphere Reserve since 1989. It's home to the giant anaconda, caiman, and a huge variety of fish, including piranha. It's also a highway for people.
Look how high the water level goes. It floods 2 or 3, 4 meters up. Yeah, it's incredible.
Yves Pacalet, a French environmentalist, writer, and philosopher, has joined the expedition. He spent 18 years traveling with the naturalist and filmmaker
Amazon is
Jean-Jacques Cousteau.
crazy.
In the early 1980s, they spent 2 years exploring this vast region.
No two rivers taste alike. No two rivers share the same color. These ones a bit earthy.
Gotta give it to the birds.
With organic particles. The waters of the Amazon are split in two. The black waters and the white waters. If you mix rivers with black water, water which is very rich in humus, with white water, very rich in minerals, life literally explodes. These are the most amazing, the most beautiful spots in the Amazon.
Starbucks chilled coffee. Lift up the everyday.
Are you all ready? 3, 2,
1.
go!
Let's go.
We already know there are at least 3,000 tree hoppers in the world, and at a rough guess, there are about maybe 10,000, which would be more tree hoppers than there are mammals in the world. That might sound like a big number, but when you weigh all the insects in the world, and you compare that to everything else that's living, they weigh more than everything else. So to say that there's 10,000 species of tree hoppers, that might even be an underestimate. Right, there could be more. Especially considering the diversity of plants. There are hundreds of species of trees alone in this area.
So there could be a rare little species sitting here right at the side of the river that we've never looked at before. And maybe there's a species of tree hopper, maybe there's two species that live only on that plant.
Oh, look. Just a little more fruit. Oh, yeah. Nice. Looks just like a leaf. Cute little guy. It also looks nothing like this at all.
At another research station downriver, everyone gets a bird's eye view. The easy way. It turns out to be a tree hopper gold mine and makes them even more eager to climb a tree in their own area.
That's what you said about us catching some of the canopy? Oh, there's a mixture of species here. What do you have? Viola. Lady turn the chair and Lance inside my hand.
It's easy to get carried away and forget that there's a 4-hour boat ride home. As they're about to leave, another torrential downpour delays their return for hours. Now they have to motor back in the dark. It's a dangerous journey, only possible with Umberto and his son.
It's fantastic. It's like a science fiction film. In the forest, like Conan Doyle of the Lost World, looking for dinosaurs. But the dinosaurs are little tree hoppers.
And like the dinosaurs, these tiny, strange bugs still have their secrets.
We spent the whole day trying to shoot a little tiny slingshot, trying to get our line up, and every single time we're coming within a meter short of the branch. So today, we've got an 8-foot pole and a big, big slingshot, so we'll probably be able to shoot right over the tree now. Shooting. Nope. And shooting. Oh, fuck. Like, it's already tied up in a knot. Alberto, how did you get there? Did you go up this one here? No rope, just rubber boots and a little piece of string. Umberto's a natural born tree hopper. Can you tell Umberto that we've come to realize that our technique is no good, and we're going to ask him to climb up with his piece of string and throw our rope over top, and then we can climb up and pretend that we did it, you know. Oh, cool. Okay, no problem.
On a branch deep in the forest, the birth of another family of tree hoppers is about to begin. 2 weeks after they were laid, the eggs hatch. In these conditions, it takes the minuscule nymphs about an hour
than we give them credit for. But as you start to examine them a lot longer and take the time to see what's going on, you realize there's interaction between the sexes, there's interaction with other species, there's defensive behavior, there's courtship, there's singing. It's a complex world, and I find that really impressive.
Unlike other insects, tree hoppers molt 5 times before finally becoming adults. Here, it's a month-long process. Within an hour, this young adult assumes a completely new identity, Membrasis foliata. It's no longer an earthbound nymph. Now, it can fly and will live for 2 to 3 months. Left behind is the shell of its former self. One thing that fascinates scientists is how creatures, including insects like tree hoppers, communicate. Rex Cockcroft from the University of Missouri, Columbia, is a world expert in this field. He's developed a technique that allows him to eavesdrop on a secret world that uses vibration to communicate.
I'm recording sounds of these membraces that will travel through the plant that we live on. It's a very simple process. We take a section of the plant, we attach a phonograph cartridge or every kind of microphone that makes contact with the plant that will allow us to pick up their vibrations. We send that through an amplifier.
I gotta go.
We can analyze them and compare them to other kinds of signals.